I'm Dr. Alexander Stemmer. I'm a board-certified infectious disease specialist with a long-standing interest in the care of the advanced elderly.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tanisha McSpatton. I'm a registered nurse. I work at the Symphony of South Shore. I am currently the University of Chicago case manager, where I manage the continuity of care of the geriatric residents that's admitted to Symphony of South Shore with the goal of getting them back to their home.
Symphony has asked me to be the medical director of several of their facilities in Northwest Indiana. And when the COVID pandemic began, I was asked to co-chair the COVID-19 task force to develop protective procedures for both our staff and our patients. With the current availability of vaccine, we have one more opportunity to take a giant step forward. So I'm here today to try to address some of the most important questions that I have been frequently asked during the lead up to the introduction of the vaccine. One of the questions I'm asked most frequently is if I will be accepting the vaccine. And the answer is unequivocally yes. I look forward to the opportunity to get the vaccine, not only to spare myself the risk of contracting the disease, but to spare my patients the risk of contracting the disease from me. At the same time, I will be protecting my family, which is an equally important goal. By the time you're seeing this interview, I will have taken the vaccine.
I myself have been asked most frequently, am I going to be receiving a vaccine? And my answer is yes. Being a COVID-19 survivor just lets me know how important it is not to be able to transmit the disease to the residents, to my family, to my friends, and my coworkers. So, Dr. Stemmer, the vaccines were developed in a lightning speed. How safe and effective could it be?
While the vaccines have been developed extremely rapidly, we should remember that both Pfizer and Moderna have been working on this technology for about 10 years. The mRNA vaccine technology was developed for both the SARS and MERS epidemics that came much earlier in this century. The federal government has been extremely efficient in making sure that none of the barriers and obstacles that can occur in the testing and approval process delayed the introduction of the vaccine. But no corners have been cut. There have been a large number of people tested, all of their side effects have been documented, and the efficacy of the vaccine has been found to be much higher than expected. We have to recall that our patient population is the population most at risk and represents a disproportionate number of the deaths that occur every day. By our accepting this vaccine and moving forward with it, we protect ourselves, we protect our patients, we protect our coworkers, and we protect our families. I think it's a vital decision and an extremely important opportunity for all of us who are in healthcare.
Would this be a yearly vaccine like the flu?
That is a frequently asked question, and the simple answer is we don't yet know. The coronavirus is a large virus and it does mutate. However, we don't know if these mutations will involve the spike protein, which is the portion of the virus that the vaccine is active against. So only time will tell. At this point, it's too soon to have an answer for your question.
Will the vaccine have any long-term side effects? And also, what are the side effects?
That is an extremely important question, which almost everyone asks. At this point, 40,000 people have received the vaccine and there are no neurologic side effects. There are some side effects which are common. It is common after the vaccine is administered to get pain at the injection site and to get some muscle aches. And it is very common to have fatigue the day after the vaccine, but these symptoms are very short duration. And I should emphasize that the symptoms of the disease are far, far worse than any of the side effects of the vaccine. And protecting ourselves from contracting the disease and having those symptoms is a very important decision on our part.
Is this a live virus?
No. There is no live virus. There is no dead virus. There are no parts of virus that are injected into the person receiving the vaccine. The vaccine consists of a substance called messenger RNA. It's a normal part of the human body. It is manufactured, and the messenger RNA, which is injected, teaches our body to make the spike protein. Our immune system then senses the spike protein and reacts to it, making antibodies to protect us from getting infected. So there is no part of any virus that is going into our body with this vaccine.
Dr. Stemmer, as frontline healthcare workers, is it true that we're being used to experiment to verify the efficacy of the vaccination?
I understand your concerns. And I think the simple and best answer is no, we are not being used in an experiment. We are being given the opportunity to interrupt the catastrophe of this pandemic. Remember that in the skilled nursing environment, COVID-19 has typically been brought in by a healthcare worker who does not know that he or she is ill and have unintentionally transmitted it to patients who then further transmit it to other healthcare workers. As healthcare workers currently, we're being given the privilege to get to the front of the line, to receive this vaccine to protect ourselves, to protect our families, and protect our patients, and to interrupt the process that has caused so many thousands of deaths in skilled nursing facilities. So this is an opportunity, not an experiment.
Do you think the approval of the vaccine was inappropriately accelerated for political reasons?
That's an extremely important question, which many people have asked, and I've considered carefully. I believe that the simple answer is no. Remember, the federal government had nothing to do with the development or the testing of this vaccine. What the federal government did do is financially support the pharmaceutical companies so they could speed up the trial to enroll a large number of patients and properly evaluate the efficacy and safety of the vaccine. And that has all been carefully documented. The federal government also made sure that obstacles in the approval process did not unnecessarily delay the release of the vaccine. Recall that the presidents of 9 pharmaceutical companies pledged in writing not to release any vaccine until all of the efficacy and safety studies were completed and met all of the highest standards. They have lived up to that commitment. The speed of the vaccine is largely due to the fact that Pfizer and Moderna had both been working with this technology because of previous coronavirus epidemics, SARS and MERS, and so the technology was available, and they then got the financial support of the government to get it into effect and completed. But I'm confident in the results of the studies. The vaccine is safe and effective. On behalf of Symphony leadership, I would like to thank our heroes for their hard work and their dedication to our residents. It's been a long haul, but there is now light at the end of this tunnel, and the vaccine is now available. We can now all do our part to put an end to this terrible pandemic.
On behalf of the healthcare workers, I encourage you to do 3 things: to educate, to vaccinate, and to communicate. 1, educate yourself about the vaccine. 2, get the vaccine. And 3, communicate to others on how important it is for us all to be vaccinated to stop this pandemic.
We've tried to answer as many questions as we've heard about the vaccine, but if you have any additional questions, please reach out. We'd very much like to hear from you. Thank you.